We're going to keep things simple with the next question on the Football Outsiders 33rd Team Sports Info Solution Draft or Pass Show. I'm going to start right at the top of the draft board. And Mike Tannenbaum, we're going to throw to you first. You're running the Jacksonville Jaguars. Aidan Hutchinson from Michigan, the edge rusher. Odds-on favorite to be the first overall pick. He is there. You can pick any player on the board. Aidan Hutchinson, draft or pass?
I'm going to draft him. I don't think he's this transformational talent. I don't think he's Myles Garrett or even either of the Bosas. I think you're getting a really good player who's going to impact culture. And if you look at what they've done from a team building standpoint, they re-tagged Cam Robinson, something I wouldn't have done, but they did. They signed Brandon Scherf. They're getting back Travis Etienne, another first-round pick from a year ago, obviously Trevor Lawrence. This is a guy that you'd be really happy he's on your team. I don't think he's going to be dynamic, but I think he'll be a really solid player that's going to impact others. So I don't think we're going to look back and say he was the best player in this year's draft, but I think he'll be a guy that they're happy he's on the team.
So is it a little bit of a safety maneuver for you or safety and culture?
I think that's right, Mike. I think it's a high floor, lower ceiling guy. You know, Thibodeau is an interesting guy from Oregon, but if I was running Jacksonville, I would feel good with Aidan Hutchinson on our team.
Aaron.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's just no clear number one pick this year. And the Jacksonville's just stuck in a year where there's no guy who we would like in any other year, this would be a number one pick. I mean, I think there's a lot of guys who in any other year would be like the fourth overall pick. And so I feel a little bit the idea of going with Evan Neal because I've heard, read things about the idea that Doug Peterson might want to do more building of offense. And yeah, Cam Robinson got franchised, but you can play one of them at right tackle for a year and then let Cam Robinson go. But overall, I mean, I know in our projections, the top three edge rushers come out virtually tied. So between Walker, Hutchinson, and Thibodeau, if my scouts said Hutchinson's the guy out of these three, I would be fine going, all right, Hutchinson's the guy out of these three, let's take him. And you just have to accept that there is no number one pick this year. There just is no player who normally would be worth the number one pick.
Matt, draft or pass?
Yeah, I draft Hutchinson number one. He's our top rated player. The scale is not built to say you're graded as a number one pick. You're graded as a third round pick. It's built to say you're going to be a starting level player. You're going to be a strong starter. You're going to be a 3-down player. Aidan Hutchinson he comes in as one of three players that we have graded at that blue chip level. They're just barely there. I heard the Bosa comparison before. I think that's a solid kind of very likely, but very much the upside. When you talk about Aidan Hutchinson, I think he's likely to hit his upside. So this is somebody who I think has the floor. He's going to come in and be a potential to be a double-digit sack guy, but nobody is that high end. The other blue chippers, for what it's worth, Evan Neal, who Aaron mentioned, and Kyle Hamilton, the safety out of Notre Dame. Rare in terms of positional value that you'd be talking about as safety that high, but in terms of what he brings on the football field, I'm really excited about him too.